I forgot to set the timer, but it is time to head into the fourth quarter. So get your shots and your questions ready, because for fourth quarter, we're going to be answering questions. We want to talk about what you guys want to talk about, because it's Eagles talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. So we're going to cater to you guys. Whatever subjects you guys put out here, I'll put it up on the screen and we'll talk about that. If you have any questions, we'll answer those. So here we go. Fourth quarter.
Well, guess what? That's the end of this bow.
All right. Yeah, almost there too on this one. So again, for station identification, you are listening and watching Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We're moving into fourth quarter, and it's time for fourth quarter shots. Here we go. Pat, salute. I am partaking in the Remy Martin 1738. Pat is taking the Patron mango juice.
That's it.
Okay. All right. Mango liqueur. Okay. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. So our fourth quarter is questions by the fans. Let me turn the timer on so I don't lose count here this time, because we can't go over. All right. So boom. There it is. So let me go to some comments, see what the people are saying out there. Y'all going to get
I just want to say this.
NFL watching in this year for your boy. Hold up. Let me see. There. All right. Here's one funny one. All right. Here, there's nothing left in the bottle, Pat. She's like, stop it. Pat's at the end of the bottle, shaking it for drops. No, we're not doing that. All right. Anthony says the Philly special is the best play ever. It is. And when you see it on the DVD, when they set it up automatically, NFL films do. And he's not going to go for the fourth. He's going for it. And then you hear the players on the New England side talk about, you hear their little comments and all that. They're going for it. They're going for it. Oh, they're going. You got to get the Blu-ray, man. It brings back the emotions of that time. And we can't. That never gets old. It's not going to get old.
It's not going to get old. I watched it came back on the NFL Network last night, and I actually watched it. I went out for a little bit. I was watching it on the phone while I was going to my destination. When I got to my destination, I was still watching it. They did the sale on FX right after the Super Bowl. It was just like the only thing I did not like about the Super Bowl was listening to Chris Collinsworth.
Oh man, he was the
bias towards the Philadelphia Eagles.
He was. I mean,
man,
but
he mad all over again.
In hindsight, though, it's gratifying that we won. But while the game was going on, yes, it was very, very irritating hearing him all over, Tom Brady's. I'm not going to say it because Ray Sauer says he has a little girl with him. But drooping all over Tom Brady, and then that was I hated hearing that. That was, but it's gratifying now to go back
because you got this.
Yeah,
that we got this.
That. All right, Christian Carroll said, "I've never been so excited to have a later pick in the first because we get traded to get more picks. Not only that, we don't. It means only one thing to have the 32nd pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That means you won the Super Bowl. So that's what I'm excited about." Anthony says, "Hey, Big P, you won't be drinking like that during the season."
Oh, I won't be drinking that, but I will be drinking like that during the season.
We did it. Oh yeah, you must be new to the program because when we go on location, these guys. Oh my God, when we're out at the tailgate, especially we have a great time with the tailgate crew, PTG Project Tailgate. We usually broadcast from there at the home games. Kristen also says, I still think Brady didn't congratulate Foles is because he got butthurt that Foles caught a pass and he didn't. I can understand that. Bridget said,
he did it better.
Said, is Wentz really going to be ready week 1? Wouldn't it be better if we waited to make sure? That's why. All right, I'll answer that. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to be ready week 1. I mean, I'm hearing reports that they are very optimistic. They don't want to say for sure, but they're optimistic that he may be ready for week 1. I still stand by. I don't think he will be. And if he is, I think that he shouldn't play. If we don't move Foles And I think that's why I'm happy we didn't move Foles, because Foles gives us the luxury of not having to push Wentz out there too soon in hopes of in desperation mode trying to win games. With Foles, we have the luxury of allowing him to heal totally before he comes back to the field. So again, if they're going to give us the third pick in the draft, then Foles got to go. But anything short of something crazy like that, we keep Foles, and Foles gives us the luxury of allowing Wentz to fully heal and not have to rush him back into action, because he is our quarterback of the future. He is our franchise, and he would definitely have been the MVP of last year had he not gotten hurt, I believe. What do you think about that, Pat?
I like I said, like you just said, I agree 100% what you just said, your whole assessment. You need a capable backup, and you know what Foles can do. The season that he was here as a starter, he was outstanding. And even in the playoff game, he left that field with us up, So we don't need to rush Wentz back, even though he's one of the guys that will, get on a horse and try to get rehab as fast as possible. And as you see, like a couple weeks ago, you saw him throwing, him planting his foot and tossing the ball. So I mean, he probably would be ready by week 1, but I want to rush him into the game by week 1.
Yeah, Ray Sowers said, I don't think we should rush him or start him week 1. I'm with you, Ray. Anthony says, I think by week 3 or 4, Wentz will be ready. And if that's the case, I'm okay with week 3 or 4. Just not one, and especially if we don't see him at all in the preseason. Mm-hmm. Yeah, give him some weeks. Christian says, one thing I don't get is, why did Doug leave us to think Sproles will be with us next year? Why not sign him already then? I'm not a fan of Pumphrey or Smallwood. I'm not either. I'm not either.
I think Sproles is still rehabbing. So, I mean, you wouldn't sign a guy until he's 100%. So, even though he's a free agent right now, no team's going to sign him until he's 100% and can pass a physical. And right now, if you're still rehabbing, you can't pass a physical, NFL physical. So, you wouldn't. We have the inside track of when Sproles would be ready. So, if anything, I believe you might sign him right before training camp or during training camp, because we already know the timetable of when he will be ready if we bring him back.
Okay. All right. So who we have? Eddie says, here we go with the Kevin Costner draft day analysis. All right.
We're not going to do that until the draft day.
All right. Robert Hubbard says, do you think Wentz becomes more reserved with his scrambling? If he does, will that make this team less effective? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, because it just seems like that's a part of him. Without knowing him personally, just watching him play, it just seems like that's a part of his game. I think it'll be hard for him not to do that. And I'm okay. I don't want to take anything away from him that's going to make him, help him to be dynamic. What I would hope that he would do is move around more consciously. Let's put it that way. Like what's the quarterback I'm looking for? Well, I can't think of his name, but there's like Ben Roethlisberger, so to speak. He moves around to buy himself more time, not to run. You know what I mean? Just to buy himself some more time, his receivers more time to get open. And if he uses his athleticism for that, that's a much safer proposition than him trying to run for yardage. So I'm okay if he continues to scramble, but with a purpose now and not be so reckless. I can live with that, but I don't want to take anything away from him that's going to keep him from being as dynamic as he is. What do you think, Pat?
I actually agree with you. Like, listen, one thing that made Carson Wentz so dynamic is that if you didn't brush him, if you didn't have a guy spying him, he would take off and get 10 yards or really quick. He's an athlete. He's a competitor. I think they might cater his game around, but he needs to cater his game around being more safe when he run, and sliding, and just staying out of bad situations. Like that run with the Rams, there was no getting away from that. That's the competitor in him. to actually want to get in there and score for his team. That's competitive. I don't blame him for that injury. But at the end of the day, he got to look at the long-term picture of his career and say, you know what? If I keep running like this, I will be injured every year like RG3 and not have a successful career.
Right. He has to take a page out of Tom Brady's book and preserve himself and be smart about it.
Tom Brady is like, he's not – the way he moves in the pocket, it's like – I mean, I'm not giving Tom Brady no props, but at the same time, the way he moves in the pocket, Carson Wentz can take those notes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Tom, he doesn't do anything stupid. He's forced to because he's 41 years old, so he knows. See, you know how youth gives you that courage, but it's a smart move on his part. Like I said, Ben Roethlisberger does the same thing. He buys himself a little time. That's Aaron Rodgers does it too.
Aaron Rodgers does it well.
He does it well too. He buys himself time. He moves around, but he's not looking to break off a 50-yarder. You know what I'm saying? All right, Ray Sowers. I'm sorry. Tabola says, wait a minute. Bridget first. Bridget, Sproles is awesome on special teams. Need him. Now, that's one place that Corey has not replaced Sproles, and we haven't found an adequate replacement for Sproles in that sense. On special teams,
I think that might be the draft. Yeah. We might be something that we look for in the draft, like a Christian Kirk. Or TJ Chalk, who actually are pretty good in special teams in return phase of the game.
All right, well, that's our timer. That was the fourth quarter. That's the end of the game, unless we're going into overtime, which we're not. But hey, guys, we thank everybody out there for following Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We ask that you go to our podcast can be found in iTunes or that podcast app on the iOS system. You can also go on to Android. Any of your favorite podcast players will have us, Eagles Talk. Subscribe to the podcast and listen on your way into work. This video will also be on our YouTube channel no later than Wednesday. The podcast will probably be up tonight. I'm not doing anything. So the podcast will probably be up tonight. I'll be sure to post it on our page. But we thank you guys. Make sure you share the show on your page, on your social media sites. Put the hashtag Eagles Talk on there, man. Everybody want to get it. Hey, Ray Sowers got to put it down. Ray Sowers, great show, guys. Thanks a lot, Ray. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate
Eddie, real quick.
All right, go ahead.
To Eddie, real quick, about Skip Bayless. Forget what Skip said. He's a Cowboys fan, okay? All right? He's going to say that our locker room is going to implode on itself. But
no, Skip is a nut. Skip just says
the guys we have there are good character guys.
Yeah, no, don't listen to Skip, man. Listen to us. Don't wait the time that you're spending on Skip Bayless. Download our podcast, okay? Just don't even waste time on Skip, because Skip is just saying things to get you riled up to look at the show. Skip doesn't know. He's just reaching. All right, guys, we appreciate you guys. That's what I wanted to say before we get out of here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that come on here because you help make the show. You are the show. Your comments, you interacted with us. You help us to bring you guys the coverage that we do. So we thank you for that and continue to follow us. We will see you guys next Monday, same bat time, 5 o'clock, same bat channel. Until then, I'm your man, Dante the Dark Knight, for one of the Sandler boys, Pat. We out. Peace.
Peace.
EAGLESE